Welcome to the review of probably one of the greatest LEGO Kingdom sets, the King's Carriage Ambush set number 7188. I love this set for its elegant carriage design, and I love the forest that comes along with it. And it's also filled with a bunch of play features, great minifigures, all for $30 back in the day. What makes the King's Carriage Ambush a top tier set is for the 3 builds that come along with it. Now a set like this sealed is worth around $150, $100 sealed. And you can probably get around $80. I'll first show you the minifigures, the builds, and tell you why this set's so great and why you should probably consider getting it. First up, the minifigures. We have our first Dragon Knight. He carries a fish and a spear. Now, I don't know why he has a fish, if it's for a snack or it's to lure the horses, but horses are herbivore. It's a mystery why this guy holds a fish. The second Dragon Knight has a hatchet and he has a neat little gold tooth. For the Lion's Knight, there's a cab driver with a god-given jawline. He carries a whip, and he doesn't come with any weapons. Lastly, we have the King minifigure, which is the best King minifigure we've ever gotten, in my opinion. I just love the use of gold, red, and white. It's just an excellent pattern of colors with this excellent printing detailing on his torso. Now we are going to the builds, and first up, we have the main part of the build, which is the King's Carriage. This set has a lot of elements to it, such as the horses, the drivers, the cab, the decorative elements, the wheels, interior, and the chest at the back. There's so much packed in this tiny little carriage, which I absolutely love about it. The Lion's Knights have a really great color set with the gold and red and just looks great overall in the white. This set requires 2 horses to pull this carriage, and what's great about these horses is the printed elements on the side of the horse. It adds logic to how the horse is attached to the carriage, but also if you were to remove the horses from the carriage, you could put a saddle on it and it'll make the horse look more complete for a rider. I love the golden helmets used on the horses with the little unicorn tips. I understand it's for decoration, but you can absolutely use it as a play value where you can have the horses charge enemies with the unicorn cap and just stab and ram through enemy barricades or just enemies in general. We have a seat for the cab driver. Now he doesn't have any weapons to go with him other than a whip, but you can use these decorative elements on the sides such as the axe and shield and can use that to attack the aggressors. I like how the axe and shield on both sides are used as decoration with the flags and just the overall gold and white, red elements over the carriage just makes it very elegant and pops as a set and for display. There's something about the gold elements of the wheels that add a lot of character to the set. I love how they're 2 different sizes. They could have used brown, but they used gold, and overall just makes the carriage look complete and great. The carriage has interior space for 1 minifigure, and of course, that's the King. He can enter the carriage through the top and not through the suggested routes on the sides. He enters where you can remove the panel on the top, and he can sit on the bench. Now, the interior of the carriage is quite boring, but the front of it is where the detailing is. There's wood pillars, which is made up by round 1x1s, and there's a window piece for him to talk to the carriage driver. Now the rear exit has a view of the chest where the King and the guy is guarding. So the first play feature is that there's a chest on top of a lift arm with pins on it. Now the idea is that you can use a Dragon Knight to push that down and it allows the chest to fall off and detach for the Dragon Knights to steal. So for our second build, we have a tree with a large sledgehammer. The tree itself is very basic with using basic brick components, 2 leaf pieces, and a little green 1x1 round leaf set. There is a lift arm which you use to push up, and it causes a sledgehammer to rotate over and deliver a killing blow. In this case, you're not killing anybody, you're just using it to detach the treasure chest. You push it, and it causes the chest to knock out. Just like that. I have another suggestion how you can use the hammer. Now it's quite impossible to get the hammer to detach the horses from the carriage, but you can make it believe and have it go out and just manually separate them so that the King is alone and he can't use the horses to escape, so now they're forced to fight as the horses are fleeing. Now the carriage was able to evade the first obstacle, they had to go through the second one, which is the second tree build, which is a much more impressive design than the first tree build. This tree has an interior space at the bottom. There's a little platform for a soldier to sit on. There's much more branches with foliage on it, and it comes with this cool spider web with a spider on top of it. The top of the tree has a platform for a soldier to sit on and use as an aggressive point where he can flick fire this missile at the carriage. Ooh, that was really good. The King's Carriage Ambush is a perfect set. There's 3 builds that go along with it for only $30 at the time, which makes each build worth $10. You get 4 great minifigures, 2 Dragon Knights, 1 Lion Knight, and a King. Now the King was only available in the King's Castle until this set release, so this was a cheaper option to get a really good, elegant King minifigure. In my opinion, I think it's the best King minifigure out of the last 3 castle waves. What I love about this set most is the atmosphere. The King's carriage has to ride through this dark forest that wants to attack him and steal his treasure. It kind of reminds me of the Forestmen. Well, probably not the Forestmen, but the Dark Forest Forestmen, which were a little bit more on the dark side, I would say. So if you don't own this set, I recommend getting it now. Like I said in the beginning of the video, this set is worth about $100 to $150 sealed, which isn't so bad for a $30 set with a kingdom's name on it. Now, if you want it used, it's around $80, which is still a really great value. That will conclude the review of this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy. I have more castle reviews that's coming out in the future, so look out for that. Thank you guys. Have a great day.